15 years ago, the Muslims used to come out here. And they would come every year during Ramadan, before Ramadan, and they'd choose a male without a blemish. And they'd search him over the same way I watched the Hebrews checking over this heifer, except it would be a male. And so over the next several years, they would come and they'd buy them. And I had more and more of them coming. So one year they came to me and said, Ty, we'd like to start buying all of your bulls that don't have a blemish. And we'll buy all of them, and we'll pay market price for them. It'd be worth a couple $100,000 to you a year if you do this. I thought, well, you sound pretty good. Then they said, but there's one condition. We want to be able to sacrifice these bulls on your property. I really believe that Satan knew that these heifers were going to be coming from this ranch, and he wanted to stop that plan. The same way the Muslims built a cemetery in front of the eastern gate. When they told me, all you got to do is let us sacrifice them on your ranch and we'll do all the rest. Of course, I didn't have to think about that much at all. I was worried more about the spirits that they'd leave behind. And so I told them no, and that's the last time I ever saw them. They never came back after that. And we had several of them coming every year by then. That was back in the 90s when all this was happening.
They wanted to come and sacrifice all your bulls here on your property every year.
Yes.
15 years before the red heifer, before Byron shows up,
That's
and
right.
Saki and Dr. Mawari.
That's right. And that was about a year, 2 years before they came, that the missionary evangelist came out and asked if he could stay out here and pray and fast over the land. Fascinating what's taking place over history and time. And of course, when it's happening, you don't think a whole lot about it. But when you look back and you meditate on it, all of a sudden these pieces start coming together. So I now understand why they wanted to sacrifice those bulls out on this property. And again, like I said earlier, just like they put the roadblock, if you will, in front of the eastern gate there in Jerusalem, they wanted to put a roadblock here.